What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and I am joined, of course, by Hailey.
Hey, everyone.
And we were about to record a miraculous thing, and then this happened on Twitter. So we're doing this thing first. And this is the list of Star vs. Forces of Evil episodes that are going to be airing in November. If you were not aware, they're going to basically do a whole kind of Star Bomb-esque type of thing, kind of like a Steven Bomb, similar to what they did last year, I believe. They're just going to basically play an episode every single day, Monday through Thursday, and that's going to happen for 2 weeks, and it's going to lead up into the mid-season finale, which, if we're familiar with Star mid-season finales, is probably going to break our hearts a lot. But the cool thing about this one is that we're getting actually 2 full episodes, so basically 2 11-minute segments making a whole half-hour segment every single day. So that's pretty cool. It is going a little fast because, especially after the second week, this means that we're going to have to wait quite a while for the next string of episodes.
Yeah, we just had this huge 3 or 4 month break, if I remember correctly, or we're still in it, in the hiatus right now.
So have a whole another month
they're going to hit us really hard, and then it might be it for, I don't want to say the year, but maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Wait, what do you mean?
That's it for the year?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
in November.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be, because most of the cartoon companies, they take a break during the holidays, so this is before the holidays, only a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, and then in December there's usually pretty much nothing. You might get your occasional Christmas or winter special or something like that, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, there's usually nothing there, so we're almost definitely going to have to wait until next year. If it's anything like last season, it'll probably be around February-ish, so that's quite a bit a ways away. But hopefully there'll be enough content in these episodes, and it seems like there will be, for us to kind of talk about for a while, kind of hold us over a little bit, and hopefully we can get some freaking Steven by the end of the year. But that's a whole other topic.
Show us that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about it. So we're going to basically break down all the different episodes and kind of talk about what we think they mean, and also kind of go off of the previous trailer. If you haven't seen it, we'll leave a link in the description down below, and you could also watch my analysis on that trailer as well. We'll leave a link at the end of the video if you want to watch that, but we're not going to be going over every detail in that trailer, although I did miss a couple little things that we are going to actually be able to bring up today, so that's good. So starting off with Monday, November 6th, we've got Scent of a Hoodie and Rest in Pudding. Now, that kind of rhymes. So these episodes are kind of weirdly named. Scent of a Hoodie, I believe, has to do with the scene in the trailer where Star actually zaps a guard who, for some reason, has Marco's hoodie. So what I'm guessing here is that she refuses to wash Marco's hoodie because she wants Marco's scent, hence the name Scent of a Hoodie, because she's a creep like that. And it looks like the guards / maybe Queen Moon or King River or whoever, someone in the castle is like, Star, girl, if you don't watch that hoodie right now, and she's like, no, I don't want to watch the hoodie. And it actually, if you go, thank you very much. And if you go and look at the trailer, you can actually see the hoodie has dirt and mud, and it looks like a hole or something. I can't really tell with the quality on the hoodie, so that definitely looks like this is what's going on here. And it looks like the guard finally got the hoodie from Star, and he's trying to go and wash it, but Star's not having it, so she's absent. So it looks like this kind of tells us that Marco and Star end up separated pretty much immediately after Battle for Muni, if she's really attached to this hoodie so much still.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, so that's good. And you mentioned that, eventually it does get washed, right? You think it will be?
I would assume so.
Yes.
Maybe that's the life lesson. You can't hold on to things
exactly
forever.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah, something like that. It's a cartoon. And then the next one is very interesting. We have Rest in Pudding. Now, what character is associated with pudding? Whoever could it be? Obviously, it would be Glossaric, who we presume is quote-unquote dead, which we knew wasn't exactly dead because we saw him in the last trailer, tied to a leash and looking kind of brain dead there for a second. For whatever reason, but it looks like this episode is probably before the episode in this trailer, either an episode or 2 beforehand, because it looks like they already have Glossaric and they've already kind of established a mission and a game plan, and I don't think they'd have enough time to do that in 11 minutes, so I feel like this episode is going to be solely focused on Glossaric or how to get Glossaric back. hence the term rest in pudding, rest in peace, but it's pudding for Glossric. So do you have any ideas of how you think they could actually return Glossric?
Well, so the Magic High Commission's back, pretty much all of them. Maybe they have something to do with it. They're able to somehow, because, they're his children. So right. Maybe they have some father calling powers in the
What is this, Captain Planet?
Just grab him back we don't even know where he went or anything, right?
No, well, we just know that for some reason he was within the wand realm. And he had the pudding ball, and we're assuming that the ball Star went for in the soup is the pudding ball that he was making before he got burned alive by his Toffee. So we're assuming that's the same ball. So obviously this ties into the title Rest in Pudding and could very well all be connected to him being resurrected, because Glossric seems to have known, because he stated himself, he's like, well, I knew this would happen, but it still kind of sucks or whatever. So it looks like Glossric probably had enough time to plan. He's a pretty all-knowing being, so he probably understood that he could be resurrected via this one thing or whatever. But another possibility is that pudding somehow gives him power and strength, and that's what he's been doing this whole time, and he doesn't actually just like pudding just for no reason. Maybe he loves it for, sustenance, for energy, for a source of magic or something. I don't know, just a theory. But yeah, I don't know exactly how it all works. Again, I still don't understand how he ended up in the wand in the first place, so I'm assuming we're going to find at least some of that out here. But it doesn't look like Glossric's going to be able to talk, so he's not going to probably be able to explain everything, so they're probably just going to figure some sort of thing out. But I'm assuming someone in the, like you said, High Commission has some understanding of how to get Glossric back.
Yeah, I mean, Lekmet's gone, so...
Yeah, he did.
Maybe... maybe like Hekapu or some one of the others knows how to do this.
Yeah, or maybe they have a successor to Lekmet or something that we don't know about. I don't know.
Oh.
I doubt it, but just something to think about. And then, so that's all Monday. And then Tuesday, on November 7th, we have Club Snubbed and Stranger Danger. So I'm assuming Club Snubbed is probably the episode that we got from Comic-Con, which featured
the clip.
Tom.
Yeah,
which featured Tom and Star dancing and whatnot and all that good stuff. And Snubbed probably refers to Star or Tom. Still don't know if that's a flashback. So it could be a flashback of Star snubbing Tom for her not liking him or something like that. And if it's his present day, then I guess, I don't know, maybe Star's catching some feelings for Tom, which makes things a lot more complicated because now she has feelings for Marco and Tom. But maybe now that Marco's got his waifu, Jackie Lynn Thomas, now she might be able to move on to Tom or something like that. But now maybe Tom won't like Star. This happened in Hey Arnold, where where Arnold was super, or Lila was super feeling Arnold, and then she got over him, and then Arnold started super feeling Lila, and she didn't want anything to do with him. So that'd be an interesting dynamic. Like Tom is not feeling Star anymore. Maybe he moved on to somebody else, or something like this. And that whole ceremony is just for show.
I think they explained it, right? Or no? It's like, oh no. Oh, we don't even know anything about this ceremony. We just met, we just know that his parents are there, and Star's parents are there.
Yeah, so it's probably some type of royal ritual thingy for some reason.
Yeah, there wasn't any talking, really.
Yeah, I think the episode on the next day might tie into it somehow, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But, then we have Stranger Danger. Not sure what to make of that. This was probably the episode where Star's with Glossric on the leash or whatever in the High Commission. I don't know what their mission is exactly. It could have to do with making Glossric whole again, because he seems like he's kind of out of it and mindless. So that's probably what they're going for there. And then Wednesday, November 8th, we have Demoncism, which looks and sounds like racism or sexism. So I guess this has to do with hating demons irrationally and unfairly and being prejudiced towards demons.
That's interesting because the show has been focused mostly on monsters versus the humans. So demons would be going into more of like where Tom's, like his parents, because he's half, right? Or he's full, right?
I believe he's full. But
okay. So maybe go into that, his family, maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would tie into Club Snubbed somehow. I'm not sure how, but it would definitely have to do with that. And it's interesting that they're very cool. It seems like they're, relatively, they know each other and they have a good relationship for the most part. The demons and the humans, maybe.
Yeah.
Except for King River and who he was fighting in that one clip, but. Yeah, that's very interesting. So I guess demons are... I don't know if this has been touched upon. It's been a while since I watched like the first season and season 2. But I don't know if demons are considered a different class of monsters or they're just completely separate from monsters altogether.
Yeah, it's like never specified really. Even what makes a monster, like what classifies a monster. Because we know we've seen like in St. Olga's, some of those princesses look exactly like monsters. So I don't know. It's very unclear at this point.
Yeah, I'm assuming the demons are a part of a specific dimension. So that's what gives them the classification of demon instead. And maybe they have a specific set of powers and abilities that, your standard monster probably wouldn't have. And then the next one we have that day is Sophomore Slump, which could refer to a couple things. Sophomore Slump is kind of like a rut, kind of just not feeling it. So we actually have a couple different options, or it could be the same episode potentially. We see like one where Star looks... like she's kind of uninterested, sort of bored. She's kind of talking on the phone. She's like, has, little pieces of clothes on the floor, and she has a bag of chips on the floor. And it looks like she's trying to grab the bag of chips or whatever with her sticky hand. So she looks like she's just kind of there. She's just around. And it actually could be the same one as the burrito episode, maybe. But it could be just kind of Star and Marco being in a slump now that they're separated. We do see that Marco has not interacted with Star or anything like that in the entire trailer, and we see he's like kind of like bragging about going to uni and stuff like that. So it's possible this could be like the first day of the new year of school now that the summer's over, because that was the whole thing. It's like, oh, the whole summer, we had the whole summer to be together, and now they were separated that entire time. So I guess there's going to be like maybe a little bit of a time skip there. That could also explain why, Scent of a Hoodie happens and Marco ends up separated. But I doubt they would wait that long to fix Glossaric and Eclipsa and all that stuff. So, yeah, so basically, I think this could have to do with Marco's, first day of school. He's starting sophomore year, but he's kind of in a rut. He's trying to build himself up. Like, yeah, I went to Muni, no big deal. I'm super cool. And maybe this could actually serve as the catalyst for him breaking up with Jackie, because maybe he becomes kind of a douche. And Jackie's just like not feeling that because Jackie's a really cool person or something like that.
Maybe, I don't know when, but we saw, I don't know when this would play out. Oh, are you talking about like where he's wearing that cape too, where he's bragging, or is that a different scene? Yeah, because so I noticed that's the cape he's wearing in the season 3 intro. So we're finally going to see the beginnings of this. So, and now he's all high and mighty because of his adventures in Muni.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is going to be sort of like his new outfit, basically.
With just keep the cape on the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, wow.
That'd be pretty amazing. Or maybe it's only for battle, I don't know, but I could see him like wearing it a lot and just kind of being that weird kid. Maybe he wants to relive his glory days when he was in Hekapoo's dimension.
Oh my gosh.
He wants to feel important and special.
Bring that back.
Yeah. So it could be a solo Marco episode where he's kind of in his quote-unquote sophomore slump, or it could be kind of going back and forth between him and Star. So we'll just have to wait and see. Lint Catcher, I had no ideas for Lint Catcher. Do you have any ideas for Lint Catcher whatsoever?
Nope.
Maybe it's some quote-unquote fillery episode that doesn't have to do with the main plot. Maybe it's like an episode where there's some magical creature called a Lint Catcher, and they're trying to catch Lint in the Demon Castle or something. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with washing, like you said, washing Marco's hoodie. So that could be a thing. Also, this is on Thursday, November 9th. And the next one is Trial by Square. So I'm curious if this has to do with potentially Eclipsa, because it's a trial. I'm not sure what the square is, though.
I had to consider Eclipsa because none of these like really felt like Eclipsa. Like I think of it like she'd appear again, but I definitely hope soon we see her again.
Well, we do know that she's going to show up here because in the trailer, so we basically got a little mini trailer after the Battle for Muni aired, a little bit like a few hours or so.
Oh, yes.
It's like, right. Oh, Eclipsa will return in November. So this is November. This is the November time slot. We're not going to get any more in November. We're not going to get any more after this. It's going right to the mid-season finale. So it's definitely very possible that, the whole Eclipsa thing starts potentially here, even though some of the other stuff afterwards doesn't seem like it would involve Eclipsa until like towards the end. So if Eclipsa gets introduced earlier on, I'm curious if how they're going to work her dynamic later on. Like, is she just going to be plotting in the shadows, in the background? Because it seems like Moon is pretty worried about Eclipsa. So, I don't know. But she did go check on him, and she wasn't cracked yet. So she'll probably just show up, and be like, hey, guys, I'm here. Surprise. And she'll probably just be out doing her own thing. Star might be involved somewhat and then kind of stop being involved when it comes to her own life and stuff like that. And I'm guessing the magical high commission's mostly going to be dealing with Eclipsa. Maybe we'll get little B stories throughout the episodes that kind of deal with Eclipsa a little bit. But we'll have to wait and see, because she seems like a really interesting character. She's not this evil, brooding character. She's like, oh, I want chocolate. So I'm very excited to see what they do with her. So that's all the first week. We're not getting any on Friday, but the next week we are getting, again, Monday through Thursday. And on the 13th, we have Princess Turdina, which, if you remember, is the nickname that Ponyhead gave to Marco when he was dressed as a princess. So I'm assuming that either A, Marco is really bored and misses the whole Muni magic lifestyle, so he's pretending to be a princess or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Because, Marco's trans theory, all that stuff. And maybe it's like has to do with Miss Heinous, and she's trying to go after Marco, and maybe this has to tie into Ponyhead in some way, shape, or form. Maybe Ponyhead steals some more scissors, ends up on Earth for some reason. Maybe we get a Marco Ponyhead episode, something crazy like that. That'd be pretty interesting. So what do you think?
I definitely think it's just a Miss Heinous episode. But obviously, so since it says Turdina, I would expect Ponyhead to return too.
Yeah.
I don't know so lately Miss Heinous has just kind of been on her own, right? Or
yeah, she's with Gemini and Rasticor's arm.
His arm.
So I'm assuming Rasticor will probably return this season. Maybe
it's just like half his body. Or how is it gonna form after the arm? That's all. The whole thing at once, or is it just gonna be like?
It's complicated.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually would love to see like a sort of half grown or like 3/4 grown Rasticor like going around. So he like has his head and he can talk and communicate, but he's like kind of like on the ground like crawling because he's not like complete yet. And Miss Heinous can't like carry him anymore because he's too heavy. So I don't know. I'd love to see that. But yeah, this sounds like something Miss Heinous and or Ponyhead related for sure, and Marco. And then we have Starfari. Again, not really sure what this could be. Could maybe have to do with the wand. Maybe there's some sort of specific star-related-esque safari that you can go on with all the magic and stuff that, has to do with Star's magic inside the wand. A Starfari. I don't know. That might literally just have to do with a safari and Star going on a safari. Like, it could be that simple. And then Tuesday on the 14th, we have Lava Lake Beach. Again, I think this is just a nice, fun episode before things get really dark and terrible. So this is probably just probably Star, Ponyhead, or whoever else. Jana, maybe he's crossing dimensions, and they go to a Lava Lake Beach, which is probably just a beach.
The beach episode.
Yeah, the beach episode. Obligatory beach episode.
Right.
And then it's probably just like, instead of an ocean, it's lava. So that's pretty self-explanatory. That could be cool for some shenanigans. And then we have Sweet Dreams, which might be a pun with desserts or something like that, but it could also have to do with, Star kind of going in her own head and her own dreams. Maybe she discovers she could do that. Maybe this has to do with dipping down somehow.
I know that we had in Red Belt, Marco had a dream, so maybe it's like, wonder if it had to do with that at all.
It could,
Ooh, that was an interesting that people have analyzed a lot. So maybe we'll get something similar to that, or even like the whole episode.
Yeah, just an entire episode of Star going through her dreams or going through someone else's dreams, something like that.
Oh, yes.
She's Steven Universe confirmed. She can go through people's dreams. Or maybe there's another character that can do that. But the term sweet kind of is sticking out to me. This could also do with Glossric and pudding as well.
Oh my gosh.
Because pudding is sweet.
Pudding dream.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a pun there. And then Wednesday on the 15th, we have Death Peck, which I'm assuming has to do with a bird of some sort.
Only bird is Ludo's bird.
Of course. So that's probably has to do with that, then, I would assume.
Or like a Ludo, his family, they're also bird-like creatures.
Yeah, they are kind of bird-like. But why is it called Death Peck? Is there like a character named Death Peck?
That could be it. So that happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's just someone related to Ludo or in the same race as Ludo. That could be a thing. Or it has to do with Josh Peck is making a cameo.
Wow.
And that's and then the next one we have Ponymonium, which is Pandemonium, but with Ponyhead. And I'm assuming
I
that's...
hope it's not like another party episode.
Oh my goodness. I don't think so. It looks like Pony kind of messed up or something, or Pony's feeling bad about something or worried, because we see that in the trailer, Star kind of busts a door down or a wall down with her magic, and we see Ponyhead right behind her, and she's not too happy. She's not her Ponyhead self. So I think something went terribly wrong that Ponyhead wasn't even expecting. So that's what I'm getting from that. Some Ponyhead's antics goes way too far, and they get dug in way too deep, way over their heads, and things go really bad, is what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Also, going back to Death Peck really fast, I'm not sure if... So do you think this means Ludo actually will get his sort of... will return, basically, in this whole Starbound thing? Or
sent into a different dimension again?
Yeah, well, he willingly went. He volunteered himself.
This time, he willingly went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with him.
Well, we're not done with him, obviously. But do you think he's going to return before the mid-season finale, or do you think we're going to have to wait until after this block of episodes?
So that means we're already going to have to deal with Eclipsa and Heinous, most likely. So, I mean, it's possible. Like a little bit of Ludo again.
Yeah, I mean, Heinous is mostly like...
One-off.
She's usually like... She gets her time once per episode, and then she kind of leaves, and then she comes back, and she does stuff. So if they're going on with that pattern, which they might not, they might change it up. But if they are sticking with that pattern, then that means there is potential room for Ludo, some way, shape, or form. But I don't know what they're going to do with him exactly. I feel like with Ludo, they would just kind of have him return suddenly and surprisingly. Oh, crap, Ludo's back. Like, he just saved us all, or something like that, where it's like Ludo's super badass all of a sudden and doing crazy stuff, instead of getting his whole arc again, because we don't need to see him floating through dimensions again and learning and
please no.
Yeah, and training in the wild and all that. We don't need that again. So if we saw him come back and he's even crazier and even more capable of himself and more confident of himself, maybe he's Death Peck. That'd be pretty cool if he just showed up surprisingly.
Oh my gosh, yes, that'd be weird, but cool.
And the last one we have is on Thursday, November 16th. It is an hour mid-season event. So if you guys remember the last mid-season event, that was Bon Bon, the birthday clown. That was tragic, and I think that was like one of the highest points of the show for me. That was when it just got so unbelievably out of control. And then the whole rest of the half of that season was just insane. And it seems like this season is already starting off pretty crazy. So I can't wait to see what
anymore. The breaks are gone.
Nope.
On the show.
On this one, we have Nightlife, which I'm assuming is a misdirection. I'm assuming it has to do with Ponyhead, but again, things might go terribly wrong. Maybe it's not Ponyhead's fault this time. Or it also could have to do with Eclipsa, Nightlife, darkness, dark magic, all that good stuff. Because it seems like this actually might all have to do with Eclipsa, because then we have Deep Dive, which could be like Dip Down, but maybe it's a darker version of that. Maybe it's a stronger version of that. Maybe this is where Eclipsa actually takes Star in as a mentor, and this could be where Star actually becomes fully dark, and then that would kind of come full circle, because in the season 2 mid-season finale, we actually saw Star tampering with the darkness a little bit, toying with it, losing her control. And that was the first time we really saw that truly in action in that form, where it was really sprung on from her own emotions and not through, Toffee's wand / Ludo's wand or anything like that. So this could come full circle where Star actually fully gives in to the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although from what we've seen, it doesn't seem like she's too interested in that. Or like,
that's what they want you to think.
I know, yeah. So maybe she'll give in. Totally.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
She can be very persuading, just how she is. We don't really know too much about her still, so yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know what would spring it on, especially she's starting to get feelings for Tom. Maybe this goes back to like if she's having feelings for Tom, and then Tom kind of snubs her, then she feels even worse, because now it's like, okay, I loved Marco, and now he's with Jacqueline Thomas, and then I love Tom, and then he's like, nah, and then Oscar sucks, so I'm all alone and sad. And things could go pretty wrong. And maybe things go really wrong with Ponyhead, and maybe they end up not being friends, and maybe she's just in a really bad place in general, and maybe the whole Glossaric arc, they're trying to fix Glossaric throughout this entire story arc, and she just has to stay on Muni. She can't go back to Earth or anything. Maybe she doesn't want to go back to Earth at this point. And then she just might feel really alone and pissed off, and Eclipsa might show up, and kind of guide her, show her the way of the dark side. So yeah, we have the next episode, last episode, and it looks like it's a 30-minute episode, and it's called Monster Bash. So again, kind of ties into Eclipsa. Eclipsa being married to a monster. We don't know if that monster is alive anywhere or not. Kind of doubtful, but it's possible. We don't know how long monsters typically live. If Toffee can be immortal, then it's very possible that this monster is immortal. Although he does look sort of like a demon, which is interesting. So if demons are severed the monster, that's confusing, but they might be, again, some type of subset, some set of monsters. But yeah, I think this has to do with kind of accepting monsters, and maybe, I don't know, maybe this gets really crazy. Eclipsa brings an entire army of monsters. Like, this could go a million
like a
different
bash,
ways.
Fun time.
A bash. just genocide. That's all it is. So what... Do you have any specific ideas for Monster Bash?
Well, I was thinking a Halloween themed episode. That's a little late.
Yeah.
Besides that,
Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving episode.
There we go. It's gonna be happy times, sharing, a meal with all the monsters. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be. Well, we already got that Munipendence, which is kind of like that.
Basically that.
but I don't know. Like you said, probably a whole bunch of monsters, one way or another, show up somewhere. Maybe get to interact with humans. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to a fight. But bash, it might with the word bash.
Yeah, that's literally probably what it means. So I think we're gonna leave on a big cliffhanger, and I think it's gonna be pretty insane. Whatever happens, it's gonna leave us dying for months, and we're gonna be.
The rest of the year
in so much pain. We're gonna be in so much pain. So and again, this could relate to Toffee. Maybe Toffee returns. Your daddy, that might be pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Because we don't, he got crushed and he got obliterated by stars.
He lives. Stop it. I know people. Stop.
It's possible he could regenerate from that. I don't know how that works with the pillar on him. So maybe he just has to crawl his cells out and his bones and all that, and they crawl out from under the pillar, and he ends up regenerating slowly but surely. Could also tie into that, but whatever it is, I'm expecting it to be really big, and it's going to be pretty hard to top Bon Bon the Birthday Cloud. So what are your final thoughts on all these episodes? What are you expecting? What are the big things that you're expecting from this?
Okay, expecting wise, I hope to, see, I don't know, of course, Eclipsa. I want to see more of that. I want to see... I like from that clip seeing Star and Tom interact like that, so I want to see that, and maybe even Marco interacting with all of them, and what's going to happen with Jackie and that, because we haven't even seen her at all this season. She's not even in the intro, right? So what the heck, we got to see Jackie again. Also hope Jana, because she's great too. Just like old characters, I like seeing them again and interactions, and obviously more with demons and monsters. I find those things cool. Also, Toffee coming back would be amazing because, like you mentioned, he's one of my favorite characters in the show. Yeah. So I hope that he returns. So that's pretty much what I hope for, just in general, for the show. And I think this show likes to deliver stuff pretty nicely. So I think we'll see. There's a good chance we'll see at least some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Star's pacing is very good. They really know how to give you bang for your buck. They really deliver. They satisfy. They really satisfy with their reveals and the results and their conclusions. It's all very earned, and they don't go too slow, and they don't rush into it either. So I can't wait to see what they do. And all I'm really expecting is Alfonso and Ferguson, and that's all I really want from this entire block.
You're going to be really disappointed.
That's all I need. I don't really care about Eclipsa or Toffee or Ludo or Tom or Starko. I really just feel like the show is so much better with Alfonso and Ferguson. So, just gonna...
You should just watch season 1 over and over.
Yeah, I want them to play a more pivotal role in the plot, and
Best characters.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been going on for about a half hour. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any predictions for any of the episodes, definitely let us know in the comments down below. Do you think we nailed anything? Do you think we're off with anything? Definitely want to hear your thoughts. We might do a follow-up if we think of anything else, any other cool, interesting theories before we lead up to this thing that's not happening for another month. So we have plenty of time to kind of speculate and theorize, and we'll be hitting the Reddits You already know it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, leave that like. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more Star Wars: The Force of Evil things, discussions, news, theories, all that good stuff. Follow us on the socials. And you've been watching Cartoon Universe. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye, guys.